personally think that men are basically all the same. Men just want a nice, sweet, supportive woman. You don't even have to be that beautiful. Like, don't be fat, like go to the gym, eat healthy, put a little bit of makeup on, not too much. But ultimately, men just want a supportive, kind, sweet woman. He's gonna go out there, take on the world, do all these difficult things, and he just wants to go home and know that there's peace, there's food on the table, the house is clean. It's really not that difficult. All men want the same thing.
Are we seeing a shift in society? Is it time that modern women have finally realized there's more benefit and peace for them by being traditional? Have they finally realized society will work better if both men and women did what they were supposed to do by nature? Unfortunately, it's not as widespread. The realization will come to modern women in time. But for now, it's only these women who are 1 in a million who have cracked the code to a better life for themselves and their future partners. This is the reality. Just watch.
Activities?
Yes, I do.
Oh!
Yeah, what are you doing?
My birthday warm-up?
No, like, don't give me that bullshit. Like, I know you know what you're doing. So actually, no, you realize you're actually what's wrong with girls. You're actually what's wrong with girls.
Are you pointing at me? Stop!
It's fucking ridiculous. Don't come to my gym and do this shit. Keep it online, bro. Don't fucking do this to my gym. Don't fucking...
Can I date your friend?
No, she has a boyfriend. So, no, I don't. Julia, yes, you do. It doesn't matter. You can't do that to him. Why not? You can't cheat on your boyfriend. I mean, I won't let her. Come on. You can't cheat on your boyfriend. Why? I won't let her do that to you.
He's $100.
Oh, shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Guess I could date her.
Okay. Okay.
Modern women want traditional men now, after years of riding the carousel and racking up a huge body count. No thanks. Could you ever trust someone like this? In modern times, women hate stability and assurance the way men hate chaos and uncertainty. They don't need a man. They said it loud and clear. They have their own money, their own homes, their own 401k, dental, medical. They pay for their own food, clothing, vacations. They are fully functional. Adults who don't need a father by proxy, don't need a supervisor or manager. They have their own autonomy, their own agency, their direction in life. They do not need a man.
Women have a problem with submission because they view it as it's something that's negative. No, you should be able to submit to your man because you should be able to trust enough in his leadership. And a lot of the times when you men say like, oh, I don't want you going to a bar, I don't want you going to a club, it's because you're a fucking man. You know what happens there. You know that men there just want to fuck. There's weirdos that want to like put shit in your drinks, or there's drama, or it's just a whole ass environment that you can't be there to protect your female if it came down to it. 100%. You would have to live with that guilt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She gets assaulted and you can't do nothing about the man that did that to her. You would live with that. And women don't understand that. They think it's control. No, your man's being a protector, as he should. And as a woman, you should respect it. You should honor the fact that your man can see the dangers that you can't. Simple as that.
So, what is their problem? They have state protection with laws so vague that if you breathe, it's considered harassment. If they cross your line of sight and you notice them, you're a creep. They use dating to hunt and gather intel on rich guys, Chad CEO, Tyrone Trademaster, create Excel sheets on locations, times, and places, then headhunt the best option, placing them in viable placements for monkey branching. They don't want to put in the work. The man must find them, chase them, acquire them, please them, placate them, pamper and praise them, because they are all queen princesses and deserve so much more because they exist. With so many streams of income at their fingertips, they don't even need a home, just have a ring light, a phone, and an of account, and the money rains in better than an open roof in a thunderstorm. Traditional men knew their role in society and inside their house. Outside, they were fighting battles, and inside, they were bringing security, provision, and protection to their wives and children. Over the years, as gender roles changed, women no longer wanted a traditional man who had authority inside the house. After that, they started having problems with men having authority in offices. Then feminism happened, and that led to modern women taking over traditionally masculine roles in society. Today, they're tired of it and want the traditional man back because they realize they're not meant to live a masculine life. It goes against their nature, biology, and physiology. We all know all these modern women are boss babes until the check hits the table. That's when they start wanting traditional men and suddenly feel the tradition creeping up on them as well. Women want what benefits them. When it doesn't benefit them, they get mad. They want the double standards when it benefits them. Women are more into playing roles instead of just being themselves. Some women want to be boss babes, and some guys want to be alphas. People get into the habit of cherry-picking points of people playing these roles until it stops working in their favor. Our culture is currently infected with yet another social contagion, an irrational, hysterical, arrogant fever of narcissism, arrogance, and false rage. Self-sufficiency is important for everyone, but that doesn't need to be taken to the extreme if you want a relationship. Partners need to be practical, respect, and understand each other. Men have their flaws, but women take their flaws to a whole new level when they demand the guy be traditional while they remain modern, and woke to the extremes where they expect the guy to become a servant. The problem of lack of self-awareness finds a home with women and men. As a society, we're poorly socialized. It's getting worse as our material wealth, especially in the form of electronics and all that comes with electronics, increases. Many of us expect to act out our feelings. What passes for self-awareness is little more than the ability to identify our wants. I want a man who treats me like an old-timey lady. I want a woman who behaves like an old-timey wife. As a society, we ask ourselves less and less frequently whether we merit receiving what we want. As a society, we increasingly assume that to want is to deserve. When we don't get what we want, we assign the blame to some grand malevolent force acting against us. All men are awful. Women are terrible. I can only hope that with enough time, we will find ways of coping with social media and the changed balance of economic power between men and women that enable us to live better lives. It is very uncommon these days to meet women with the same values. It is not necessarily these women's fault. Somehow many women seem to be getting bad information about how they should behave on dates and dating in general. Flipping between 1950s housewife and boss babe as the need arises like some kind of schizophrenia. As a man, you really do not know which way is up anymore. Personally speaking, I have noticed that with some modern women, if you are unapologetically traditionally masculine, they learn quickly what is or is not going on with your relationship with them, and if they are not too far gone, they usually like it. I'm not sure what it is, but I have always had great communication with people all over the place in ideas and traditions. Accept me, or don't. Doesn't really matter in the long run. It baffles me how the line between standards and preferences has become blurred or non-existent. Preferences are what we prefer, while standards are typically the norms in society. But to see members of both genders make their preferences, the standards just boggle the mind. And regarding the debate about who pays the bill at the restaurant on the first date, considering that a first date is essentially designed to get to know the other person, and it can go well or badly and be long or short, there is no point in committing a lot of money to something which may very well go badly. If a girl demands a fancy meal or nothing, then she is the wrong person. If a girl likes a guy and wants to be with him, she will be with him and not expect to be bought. If these modern women think they will get the traditional treatment from men, they will be single for quite a long time because they are tired of being used and treated like human ATMs and therapists. Men are doing fine independently, living as single males, and caring for themselves and their own lives. There's no doubt that there's toxic feminism in the West. It manifests itself in your divorce laws, whereby you have to keep paying your ex-wife alimony. I don't understand the rationale for maintaining a woman you're no longer sleeping with, and she's free to sleep with other men while you are paying her. As I said, women's entitlement is unwarranted, and men really don't need to sugarcoat things for women anymore, because they've clearly got the wrong idea about their role in modern society. Men need to make sure to put a woman in her place if she makes any unwarranted or untrue claim based on her overly inflated ego and entitlement. Contrary to what some women might argue, if men actually were equal to women, more men would choose their own path and go their own way, which is not something that women are happy with either. Why do I say this? Because if men and women were equal, then men really would have to be competing and living with women who would have the characteristics of men. And that's not something that men like in women. That's not something that all women can be like, to be honest. What about being feminine? Is that a dying concept now? Women are more in need of men than they think because they are dissatisfied at work and are morphing into crazy, lonely cat ladies, but they won't admit it as long as it is frowned upon to do so. They will eventually notice it when our culture becomes more conservative in the ensuing decades. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Support us and help us spread support for men around the world. Do comment and share your thoughts. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.